Hey, what's up guys? It's your pal Ben here from Twig Cycles out of Hagerstown, Maryland. And today we're going to be taking a quick ride here on this beautiful Baja Orange 2023 Triumph Trident 660. This thing by far is one of our most popular units. The Trident 660 is really attracting riders of all wants, needs, shapes, sizes, you name it. We've had beginner riders take this bike home, have great success with it. We've had riders step down from, like a heavier bike and looking for something a little bit more nimble and agile, things of that nature, and something that's just absolutely exhilarating. So this is very agile. It's lightweight, got a relatively low seat height. I took the liberty of just taking down a couple of notes here before we hit the road. So again, 2023 Trident 660. This is featuring a 3-cylinder 660cc engine, liquid cooled, fuel injected of course. This thing is putting out right around 80 brake horsepower, and we got about 47 foot-pounds of torque. It's 6,250 RPM. This has a 31.7 inch seat height. I do also want to throw out the fuel capacity. This is a 3.7 gallon tank as well. So 3.7 gallon tank. This does have traction control, various rider modes, which we'll get into here in our test ride. So let's go for a ride. Trident 660, very nice layout, bright display. I purposefully parked this here in the sun, and you can see, I can see that display very clearly. I see my tachometer, my gear indicator, fuel gauge there at the top. We have our speedometer right there as well. And this little display, this all here at the top is going to stay the same, but down here at the bottom, we can actually cycle through that menu, which I'll show you here in a little bit. Down here we have our mode button, which I'm going to be playing with a little bit during our ride. And again, as I mentioned, this has traction control, just one setting. It's either on or off, and then you also have a road mode or a rain mode as well. So we'll dive into that here. Let's go for a ride. All right, throttle response is immediate, as you can imagine. This is a 3-cylinder, so triples are notorious for having excellent low-end torque. And of course, with this being a Triumph, that throttle response, that roll-on, very easy and smooth roll-on. Handling, again, this is very lightweight. Yeah, I mean, this thing feels very confidence-boosting. So we have different modes we can play with. This is fantastic. So we have road, we have rain, and we're back to road mode. And what that's doing is, biggest thing is it's dialing in your traction control and your throttle response. So obviously road mode, it's going to be a little bit peppier on dry land, of course. And then whenever it starts to pour down rain, you can put it in rain mode. It dials back that peppy throttle response, so it's a little bit more, a little bit smoother. Oh, so something else. This has a pretty interesting tank shape. So with the cutouts here, and when I first saw this bike, I was a little bit concerned as a 6'2" rider. How's my legs gonna feel? So I didn't realize this until now. There's actually cutouts, so my legs are fitting in perfectly here. Nothing's hitting my knees or my shins or anything awkwardly. It feels natural. I hate to compare this to a Yamaha MT09, but I just rode an MT09 yesterday, and I've owned an FZ09 back in 2016. And I will say, so obviously you have that inline 3-cylinder throttle response. It's very torquey. You know, it's there when you want it, 100%. But the one thing you will not get from the Yamaha is just how incredibly smooth the throttle is. Shifting also is very, very smooth. Now, I want to point out, for those of you that have ridden an MT09, like I've been saying, you still get that 3-cylinder torque, that instant throttle response. However, with this being a 660, yes, you still get that throttle response, but in a more confidence-boosting power output, I guess I can say. You still get that immediate throttle response without the fear of it, you know, throwing you off the back. All right, we're going to take a little bit of a detour going back to work here. I'm pretty familiar with this road, and it's got some nice leisurely twisties we can hit and just kind of see how this thing really does on, you know, bumpy, twisty roads and so on. Oh, wow. A little bit of a front end hop there. This thing definitely has some torque, that's for sure. The wonderful, beautiful thing about this bike, it is point and aim. The handling, I mean, is just, it's so flickable. Very lightweight also. And we're not doing anything too crazy. Alright, so where do I think this falls in terms of who's going to be riding this? Definitely experienced riders. Great bike if you're an experienced rider looking to step down from something a little bit larger. I currently actually have a customer who just bought a Trident 660 and was previously on a GSXR 750. Now, obviously two different riding styles, different displacements, different engine configuration, but she was looking to get into something that was a little bit more comfortable. So obviously this setup, you have a more upright, proper riding position with the naked setup. The exposed bars are fantastic if you want to change the bars out or throw on some risers or what have you. But so definitely experienced riders. You know, if you're looking to step into something a little bit more comfortable, something very exhilarating, you know, maybe possibly a little bit lighter weight than what you currently have. Let's discuss beginner riders. Am I going to put a noob on this bike? No, sir. Not unless they have some sort of background with riding. I'm not going to put somebody that's green behind the ears on this bike. Like I say, unless they have some sort of experience or background in riding. The beautiful thing about modern day technology with these bikes, traction control, power modes. Every time I'm selling one of these bikes at what I consider a little bit more like higher output, a little bit torquier, I usually put them in a little bit more intrusive traction control setting, dial back some of the power mode. Beautiful thing about this bike, it's got traction control, so it's going to hold that front end down. It's going to keep that back wheel from slipping. Additionally, you have road and rain. So if you're just getting acclimated to riding, put it in rain mode, get yourself acclimated to the bike and so on. And once you become more familiar, you can put it up into road mode. As far as being smooth, it couldn't be any better. The slip and assist clutch this thing has makes shifting incredibly smooth. You don't get any of that herky jerkiness that you do out of the MT09s, which I've had. No herky jerky. Power output, buttery smooth. Great roll on. And of course, with this being an inline 3-cylinder 660, that power is instant. I love triples, love triples. They're so much fun. Exhilarating. So let's talk about accessories. There's a ton of accessories available for these. I just had a customer bring one in for a routine maintenance today. Bar and mirrors, Zard exhaust. You can get a quick shifter for these. Quick shifter. Keep in mind this is a naked bike, so the opportunities are endless as far as customization goes. I've even some folks take this this gas tank cover and get it wrapped, you know, different vinyl or designs and stuff like that. There again with that shifting, just incredibly smooth. All right, very well executed on Triumph's half. All right, guys, so I just wanted to share a couple last minute thoughts here, just to kind of summarize our ride a little bit. My GoPro cut out on me there at the end of the ride, so that's why I'm doing this here inside the showroom, but excellent bike. 5 stars. They hit the nail on the head with this bike. It's exhilarating, it's fun, it's fast when you want it to be, it's peppy. Handling is excellent. It's a lightweight bike, very lightweight, very nimble, very agile, very flickable. This is definitely a bike that could appeal to many different riders for different wants and purposes and needs. If you're looking for a first bike, you know, it really just comes down to your comfort level. If you think you can step into, you know, what I would call kind of a middle class engine configuration, maybe this could be something for you. Would I put a brand spanking new rider who has zero experience on this bike? Probably not. I wouldn't even put a brand new rider on an MT07 without maybe doing a little bit of vetting. Same thing with this. Now, if you have a little bit of experience, you did great in the safety course, you're confident in yourself, great. Go with the Trident 660. It's a fantastic bike. If you're looking for a secondary or third bike, again, great option. Also, those of you that are looking to step down from maybe a heavier weight or maybe just a more sport-oriented traditional sport bike, you know, this is definitely very fun, very fast, very exhilarating, but more comfortable. Again, as I mentioned during the video, the bike has traction control. The different power modes are fantastic. You can tell a big difference between road and rain mode as well, and that traction control is fantastic to have there to just kind of keep you safe. ABS brakes, of course. We have a nice bright display, but all around, we had a great test ride on this bike. I'm a big fan, so if you're thinking about it, if you have any questions on the Trident 660, please give me a call at 301-739-2773 or leave your question in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.